Okay, Aftershocks, thank you everyone for tuning in to another episode where we feature some of the best underground hard rock and metal bands across the globe. And on today's episode, we're literally going across the globe here from the US as we'd like to welcome our very special guest that coming to us from the Emerald of the Equator, Jakarta, Indonesia. We've got the ladies from Voice of Baceprot with us. Ladies, how are you? Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, we are good. How are you?
Doing great, doing great. Thank you very much. Well, the first thing, ladies, I'm sure our viewers, when they're watching this right now, they're gonna think to themselves, "Wow, it's not every day that they usually see three young ladies wearing hijabs from a Muslim country in a heavy metal band." So, very unique. You guys are obviously. I know people have been telling you that. I know. So, it's very nice to have you on. And I'm just gonna start off by having the three of you introduce yourselves and tell me what you do in the band, what you play. So we'll start on
Okay.
the left. Go ahead.
Hello. My name is Marsha. I'm the guitarist and vocalist of POB.
Okay.
Hello. My name is Siti. I'm the drummer of POB. Hi. I'm Widi and I am a bass player of POB.
All right, Marsha, CT, Woody, thank you so much. Thanks for coming on. So, the first thing, I guess when people think of cities and countries that are really known for having a big heavy metal scene, they usually don't think of Jakarta, but Jakarta does have a big scene. It's a surprise of a lot of people. And I'm really interested just to know, ladies, how the three of you discovered and really became interested in playing this style of music. I know you're from a part of Indonesia that's very conservative. You probably don't see too many people listening to or playing this type of music. So I guess just tell me how you got into heavy metal and hard rock and roll.
At first,
Mhm.
we were interested in learning musical instrument because we often saw our teacher. His name is Abah Erza. He
Okay.
often playing guitar and singing while in school.
Mhm.
And we
Okay.
thought we would look cool if we can play instrument like him.
Mhm.
This one look cool. And after we were able to play our own musical instrument, we tried to cover the songs that we found on Abah's laptop. At
Okay.
that time, we tried to cover system. No, sorry. Well, we tried to cover songs that we found on our laptop. At the time, we tried to cover Toxicity from System of a Down.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Wow.
We love that kind of music because it really raises our adrenaline and make us feel more alive.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's great. And so the three of you, so you obviously you've all been friends and grew up in the same area, right? Went to school together, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Very, very cool. Very cool. Very interesting. Okay, great. Well, the next question I have, in terms now of when you, the three of you, when you write your own music, and we're going to talk about your new single in just a minute, but how did you collaborate? I know I think you have three songs out of your own, right? Correct. So, how do you collaborate when you're working on songs? Does it start with, say, Marissa? Do you like maybe have a riff? And then CT and Woody put the rhythm behind it with the drums and bass. How do you guys write music together? How does that work?
Hmm. Uh, Oh, okay, yeah. Mm, Usually, I am in charge of. No, no, no.
You're in charge. Okay.
Usually, Marsha.
Okay.
Usually, Marsha is in charge of writing the lyrics first, and after
Okay.
that, he will give it to me and Siti to tell us what the lyrics are talking about, and
Okay.
then we will go to the studio and
Or just jam at
jam,
home.
yeah,
Yeah.
or just jam at
At home.
home to find the right composition for the song.
Okay. Very good. Well, let's go ahead and let's talk about your new single. It's titled Not Public Property. As I said,
Yeah.
it's the third single you have out now. The video is now up on YouTube, so all the listeners can go listen and watch. And on this single, obviously, you can hear really how you three of you as a band have you've progressed since your first two songs, both musically and lyrically. Have you matured? So let's go ahead. Let's talk about not public property and what the song represents, because I know there's a real deep message behind it. So I guess that would be Marcia would do that, I believe, because she wrote the song, right? You got
Yeah,
the lyrics, yeah.
Um, the song is about woman as the complete owner of her body. Actually, all this time, I'm sick of hearing how people talk about women's bodies. Uh,
Hmm.
Even when sexual violence happen to us, our body are still to blame, and everyone wanna interfere in deciding what we should wear, do, and even how we appear in public. It makes our body look like public property, and honestly, we don't like it.
Hmm. Okay. And now, so I mean, in terms of now, obviously the cultural sort of implications of what that song means, what it means culturally now for the three of you as being Muslim women, I'm going to assume it's probably been really tough, for people in your country, especially the males, um, to be hesitant to support maybe your message just because of the way. The culture is. I mean, has it been? Have you guys gotten a lot? Of you ladies have gotten a lot of, I'd say, maybe pushback from people in your community or just people around your area or any music fans in general in Jakarta and Indonesia because of what your message stands for at all?
Um, Actually, fighting for the rights of equality and humanity has always been a long and steep road.
Hmm.
Uh, but at least there are many male who wanna hear and pay attention to the message in our song.
Hmm.
And the interesting fact is, people who are interested in our work are mostly male.
Hmm. Very
So
interesting. Hmm.
uh, they are becoming more supportive about women's rights issues, and this
Okay.
is mean that the message we wanna convey is right on target.
Hmm. Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, and do has this song? Have you heard from, say, any of maybe some of your female fans? Have they come and have they expressed that your music's really helping them to feel maybe more empowered to become more respected within within their social structures and in the culture in general?
Oh yeah, yeah. We also support other women to speak up about it, and
Okay.
we are happy where we receive so many message about how women follow our step to become musician and learn musical instrument to speak up about women's rights.
Okay, very, very good, very good. So it's interesting when when people usually they think of the Muslim religion and they think of heavy metal and rock music. A lot of people tend to think that it's like sort of like the Middle Eastern countries where it's not accepted or tolerated within the culture. But I think it's from I've been to Indonesia myself, and for what I've seen there, um, it's a little more accepted there than obviously it is in other parts of the world where you see heavy Muslim populations. Um, and I would think that a lot of that has to also that to do with the fact that your country's president, your leader, President Widodo, is a big heavy metal fan, and he's very open. I know about his love for this music. So, is heavy metal and the message from it is it more accepted in your country these days because of the president being open about it as well? And so, does that allow for more people to accept it and embrace it more?
Mm, Actually, even before the president declared himself as a metalhead,
Hmm.
metal has long been a fairly big scene in Indonesia.
Wow, okay.
Um, our country even regularly holds metal music festival, which is the biggest metal festival in Southeast Asia, like Hammer Sonic.
Okay.
Uh, there are so many metalheads in Indonesia, as well as music fans in other genres. Um, but the president's declaration as a metalhead certainly had a big impact. At least he helped open up the opportunity for anyone who wants speak up or criticism through metal music to be more listened by those who have often not listened to it.
Okay, that's very good. That's very good. Well, let's talk a little bit about the metal scene in Jakarta in Indonesia. As I mentioned before, I was about 10 years ago. I visited Indonesia. I went to all different parts. I saw, Jakarta, Bali. I was in Central Java in Yogyakarta. And I was very surprised when I was there how even there in the downtown they had a big music shop with all this heavy metal merchandise and CDs and T-shirts, and I was so shocked. It was so surprising. It was great. Um, and it just you wouldn't expect to see that, but it was so exciting. I got so happy to see that all these parts of the world had heavy metal was everywhere. So, I mean, is there, like you had mentioned before, Marsha? I mean, so there's a pretty good metal scene in Jakarta, right? So, a lot of bands are playing, and there's a lot of shows that go on and everything. And talk a little bit about the metal scene in Indonesia right now.
Um, we actually have a very big metal scenes here in Indonesia. And people of all age have been listening to and playing metal all the time.
Wow.
It has never been looked down upon here in general.
Hmm.
People from all of all walks of life, both young and old, go to metal show around the country as we have so many metal concerts here. Yeah, yeah. From
Yeah.
small gigs to huge festivals.
Mhm. No, it's great. Yeah. Well, I mean, now this is an interesting question. Okay, so now that you ladies are now the most popular rock and metal band from Indonesia, no doubt about it. Okay, how are I guess the musicians who have been doing this for a long time in Indonesia? I mean, how are they responding to your ladies' success? The fact that you guys are you're young, and now here you are going across the globe. You're playing. You toured Europe. You're playing at Wacken this year coming up. I mean, have they been very accepting and supportive of your success, or are they a little bit I guess jealous of your success because they've tried to make it for so long, and now you guys are rock stars now across the world now.
The musician in here,
Hmm. In
yeah,
Indonesia, yeah.
they are very supportive.
Oh, good.
Like
Okay.
they also taught us how to play metal in the right way.
Hmm.
Like
Okay.
this is for how to play guitar with downstroke, like something like that.
Okay.
Uh that's we before it we learn about it from YouTube.
Okay.
But now after we move in Jakarta,
Hmm.
we met with so many musicians and they taught us how to play it in the right way.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, they're doing a good job teaching you how to play because your music's really good. And let's talk about your tour. I know you did a tour in Europe over the fall. That must have been such an exciting time to play in a different part of the world, play in the western part here. Talk about the reception that you received and how your experiences were playing on that tour in Europe in the fall last year. Hmm.
When we play on the international stage,
Mhm.
international
Yep.
stage, uh, the audience, most of them look more expressive.
Yes.
They enjoy
Okay.
our performance with headbanging,
Yeah.
jumping up and down, and more communicative. Where in Indonesia, people need more time to process their shock when they watch us.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh wow.
And so we also need more time to get them used to it and give them
Mhm.
time to catch their breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, very cool. Well, I did like as I was saying before, you ladies are now scheduled to be playing the almighty Wacken Open Air Festival in Germany. How exciting and even nervous, maybe a little bit, are you going to be in front of that huge crowd that you're going to see when you go to that show? How exciting is that going to be? And nervous too.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my God. We are very excited.
Uh, to be honest, we were very nervous.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
But at the same time, we are very excited and can't wait to get there soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Because this is one of our big dreams to play in there. We
Wow.
always watch so many great bands perform in Wacken Open Air every
Mhm.
years, and we still can't believe that we also have the chance to play in there.
Yeah,
Wow.
we actually wrote it on paper, like we have dream list, and
Yeah.
we wrote it like someday I wanna play in
Wacken
Open
Open
Air.
Wow. Wow. So it's a dream come true. Absolutely. That's fantastic. So I know you're obviously now playing a lot of shows and festivals, but you also have been you've been able to meet also a lot of rock and roll legends as well. I did read that you got invited to meet the great Slash from Guns N' Roses. So that must have been really cool. Tell us how that went. How did that feel meeting such a legend like Slash?
We didn't expect that our voices could be heard by a great musician like Slash.
Wow.
Like, oh my God. Yeah, he noticed me. Yeah, he
And-
noticed you. Yes, and we feel very lucky about it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel you. Yeah, like he finally knows that we exist and we live in this world with a dream to be good musician like him. It feels like, oh my God, it's like dreams. But actually the we cannot meet with him because when he play in Indonesia, he stuck in the traffic. So,
Yeah.
Oh no.
but we come to his concert.
Okay. It's this concert. Okay. Very cool. Well, so are you now, ladies, are you writing more songs right now? Do you have more music that you're gonna release, like an album or an EP sometime, maybe the next year or so that people can expect to hear? What's going on with new music now after this single? What's the plan for your future with the new music?
Yes, we are actually writing several new songs at the moment. We hope
Okay.
we could finish them soon.
Amin.
But
Amin.
but as for an EP or a full album, we think we will just see how things go as we are currently focused on writing music.
Okay.
So we still have surprise like single maybe. Yes, I mean.
Very cool. Well, great. All right. Well, again, okay. The new track, not public property. It's a new single that's out now on YouTube and all streaming platforms by Voice of Baceprot. And ladies, where could we send our listeners and viewers? What's the best place for the people to keep up with you and to check out your music and your tour dates and all that good stuff? Where should we send the fans to?
Yeah. You can visit our web at www.voiceofbaceprot.com, our Spotify or YouTube channel Voice of Baceprot, and at 12wire.store for our merchandise. And you can also visit our Instagram at Voice of Baceprot,
And our Facebook at Voice of Baceprot.
and also our Twitter at Baceprot Voices. And don't forget to support our movement. You can check it on Instagram at not.publicproperty.
Very good. Great. Well, once again, Voice of Baceprot and ladies, not public property is a new single. Thank you so much for coming on and doing the interview, and good luck with everything, especially that big Wacken festival this summer.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
When it's time to rock, it's time to tune in to Crash Course Radio. Featuring the very best of the heavier music, from Slayer to Clutch to Fear Factory, it's all in one place, Crash Course Radio. To tune in to Crash Course Radio, simply visit www.cmsradio.net. You can also tune in on the CMS Network app by opening the app, clicking the musical notes at the top right corner, and selecting Crash Course Radio from our stations. All the best heavy music is there, so you should be too. Ditch the commercial radio and make Crash Course Radio your everyday station.